Reciclaje, el rey de la chatarra. La planta de reciclaje oficial de los Yankees en español. Bronx Honda, el único Honda dealer en el Bronx. Casena Care, Workman Circle Multi-Care Center, Morningside Nursing y Rehabilitation Center. Riverside Car and Limo, la grande y elegante de Nueva York. 212-923-1111. New York City Department of Transportation, la iniciativa Visión Cero de la ciudad de Nueva York. Toyota, los vehículos híbridos oficiales de los New York Yankees. Toyota, vayamos juntos. Cibao Meat Products, tradición de calidad. Si no tiene nuestro loguito, no lo pongas en el carrito. Garantice su futuro, de Conrado González, los asesores financieros oficiales de los Yankees en español. Nissan, escoge Nissan hoy. Para grandes ofertas en nuestra alineación más emocionante, compren nissanusa.com. Best Deal Car Service. Lleve dinero a casa como los Yankees dan jonrones. Únete a Best Deal Car Service. Trojan Horse, el caballo de Troya. El multivitamínico 100% natural para el hombre. 1-800-437-4757. Spectrum, internet más rápido y más confiable. Spectrum, vivir sin límites. Westbury Toyota, orgulloso patrocinador de la cadena de los New York Yankees en español. La Lotería de Nueva York. ¿Problemas de juego? Llama al 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Food Bazaar. Compra local, coma mundial con Food Bazaar. Try Honda Dealers. Center Light Healthcare y el programa de su salud Center Light Pace. Y por Wendy's, la hamburguesa oficial de los New York Yankees en español. Esta es la cadena de los New York Yankees en español. Los Yankees en español están en el aire.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y muy buenas noches. Una vez más, el saludo cordial les llega desde Yankee Stadium en el Bronx, donde los New York Yankees y los Dodgers de Los Ángeles al combate esta noche en el cuarto juego de la Serie Mundial del 2024. En esta serie de 7 a ganar 4, los Dodgers ya tienen 3 victorias en su...
That one started out in the middle of the plate, and Harper rips it deep to right field, and it is gone. Bryce Harper, the first home run across the pond for Philadelphia, and we're tied at 1. Let's go! Oh, beautiful celebration after the goal. The equalizer, and it's 1 apiece.
John Kinsey Noel, the biggest swing of his life. Fry, deep drive, left field. Fry's watching. It is a walk-off home run. David Fry lights up the Cleveland night.
Rocks it into left field. That's down for a base hit. Here comes Stanton. Here comes Hernandez's throw. It is in time. Perfectly thrown. Teoscar Hernandez cuts down Stanton at home plate.
Yeah, Stanton maybe not the most fleet of foot, but he didn't get the greatest jump, and the throw was right on target.
94 miles per hour. Teoscar Hernandez's fastest throw of the year.
De transporte de Nueva York, la iniciativa Visión Cero, por favor, conduzca con mucho cuidado. En la Gran Manzana, en el banco, los Yankees tienen a Oswaldo Cabrera, Jason Domínguez, Trent Grisham y José Treviño. Los jugadores en el banco, la reserva de Nueva York, con la iniciativa Visión Cero de la ciudad de Nueva York. Vamos a ver la rotación de los umpires. Son 6 activos.
Doc Edens estará de árbitro principal. Chad Fairchild en la primera base. Tad Tichenor estará en segunda. Carlos Torres en la tercera base. Andy Fletcher en la línea de jardín izquierdo. Y Mark Carlson por la línea de jardín derecho.
60 grados la temperatura. La brisa de 9 a 12 millas por hora volando de derecha al central. La humedad en 79%. Hubo un chubasquito de agua esta tarde, pero no mucho. La televisión esta noche va por Fox, el canal 5 en Nueva York, y les estamos llegando a ustedes directamente desde la caseta de transmisión de Westbury Toyota, orgulloso patrocinador de los Yankees en español. La Serie Mundial Yankees en español, presentado por Spectrum, explora posibilidades infinitas con el internet más rápido y más confiable. Spectrum, vivir sin límites. El audio esta noche, descargue el app de Odyssey, nuestra compañía principal, AUDACY, descárguelo a su celular, tableta o Roku. El app de las grandes ligas a nivel mundial, MLB at Bat, y le mandamos un saludito esta noche.
Bronx, a little bit warmer than it was yesterday. Temperature in the high 50s for first pitch. As Dave Roberts sends this lineup to the plate, and there were some questions about if Ohtani was going to be able to go today. As much pain as it looked like he was in swinging that bat, but he's back in there leading things off. And then Betts and Freeman. Teoscar Hernandez, that huge defensive play in last night's game, followed by Muncy and Kike Hernandez. Devin Lux at second base. Will Smith does the catching, and Tommy Edman, the shortstop, bats 9. For the Yankees, the 26-year-old rookie, Luis Gil, who came into the season really just trying to show that he was healthy. He got a chance in the rotation because of Garrett Cole's injury, never looked back, and now John starts with the Yankees season on the line.
Yeah, 9-1 and dominant. And then he went through a rough spell after a little bit of an injury, and then, of course, innings that he's maxed out. He's got an electric fastball. He will throw that changeup a lot, and look for that changeup to be effective, but have some depth to it, because it's 92, which is an average fastball, and that slider, he's coming along. So he has to set the tone against the Dodgers and show he's not afraid to throw strikes. But strikes have been a problem for him from time to time.
Yeah, he has issued more walks than any pitcher in baseball. On paper, that is not a good equation against this Dodger lineup. Off we go in game 4 with a fastball that's fouled back by Ohtani. Dodgers one win from their second title in 5 years, their 8th in franchise history. The Yankees try to do something that's never been done and come back from down 3-0. Heel home with an 0-1.
The top of the zone is going to be very important in how it's called, because he loves to throw the fastball up. It's hard to hit. It looks enticing to the hitter, but you mentioned it, Dodgers don't chase.
2-1 on Ohtani. He did face this lineup earlier this season in June, held him to 3 runs over 5 2/3, walked only 1 in that game. Back when you were talking about, he was at the peak of his powers with that 9-1 start, and leading the American League with a 2 ERA at that point. This is by far the most innings he's ever pitched, and it's his first year back from Tommy John. Uncharted territory in many ways. is 2-2 to Ohtani. Up and in. It spills that helmet.
And see, that's the only problem. This is his first home postseason start. The adrenaline is rushing. The adrenaline was still going, but it was on the road in Cleveland. And you can't fall victim to overthrowing what already is a really good fastball.
Because then, you know, we talk about him pitching a lot of innings, but he's well rested at this point. That start in the championship series, his only outing over the last month. He's feeling some juice. Ohtani sends a pop fly into shallow center field. We're off and rolling in game 4 with a pop out to short. Time for Fox Foresight, powered by Google Cloud. This Dodger offense averaging 6 runs a game in this postseason. 4 of the last 2 games, it's been enough. They took the first 2 in LA. They took last night's game 4-2. Thanks to Google Cloud for powering these real-time insights. And it happened fast. 3 batters into the game, it was 2-0 as Mookie Betts takes a strike. And so key, a fast start in this game to keep this crowd in it if you're the Yankees.
Yeah, they got to put a 0 up. That 3-2 slider was a big key pitch. For him to throw that pitch, knowing if you don't hit with it, you're walking the guy or you're giving up a home run. So he made the pitch, which is a good confidence boost for a young pitcher.
Home with an 0-2 to Betts. A fastball is fouled off. And if he has that slider, he can be next level, right? Because the fastball and the changeup he's been able to count on for the most part.
Yeah, he's going to learn how to change planes with that slider, right? He's got the good changeup that he can throw into a righty, away to a lefty. But that pitch right there, if he can learn to just get that closer to his fastball, man, and that's the progression every young pitcher's got to make. You don't expect them to have every single thing that when they break in or when they're coming back from Tommy John.
He really was doing both at the same time. That's poked down the line and a fair ball into the right field corner. Betts is headed for second with extra bases. He will stop there with a double.
And that's what I was talking about. Looks like not a good fastball, even though that was a changeup. So he threw a slider, which was slowing the hitter down, but followed it with a changeup. That's another slow pitch, and this is how you can make the adjustments, which we've seen Mookie and the Dodgers do. That one to Mookie just looked like a bad fastball because he didn't see enough velocity to change the way that he'd approach that at bat.
Into scoring position. Freddie Freeman at the plate. Fastball, strike 1.
So what I mean by that is when you see 98, then you see 91, that's the change of speeds. That's the get the hitter off the timing. But when you see a slider, which is another slower pitch, followed by a changeup, it's really in the same family, and it was on that same plane of where the slider was, so he just went with it.
All relative. You get that 91-mile-per-hour changeup just in a vacuum, that's not nearly going to be as effective. 1-1 to Freddie Freeman. Trying to start it early for the Dodgers again. He ended game 1. He started game 3. A little rain falling here in game 4. He's up there with Betts at second.
So here's the problem for Volpe. Because Freeman can go where the shortstop is, look at the lead that Betts is getting. It's huge.
Freeman cracks one deep to right field and gone again. Freddie Freeman floating in the World Series. 4 games, 4 home runs. You gotta be kidding. Deja vu from game 3. Freddie Freeman in the first inning before the Yankees can come to the plate. has taken the crowd out of the game with a 2-run home run.
Well, this one wasn't like the others, meaning it wasn't inner half where he has made the Yankees pay and the Dodgers happy. This one he went out and got a flatter slider, but the same result. Short right field porch.
This is a guy who his ankle was hurting so bad during the championship series he couldn't play. The only way he was going to get on the field was at that long break that they got by finishing the Mets a day early. This is going to be a tough play. Hill gets there. Fadeaway throw is off the bag and an infield hit for Teoscar Hernandez.
Well, it's easier to play when you're playing with house money, meaning you're up 3-0. And it's harder to play when you have to play a perfect game, being in elimination games. So Freddie Freeman has been the reason that the Dodgers have had stress put on the Yankees here in New York. This is a classic Freddie Freeman swing. And you might ask yourself, well, there's a base open, the hottest hitter in the lineup. Why don't you just pitch around him? It's hard to do that in the first inning. You got to trust your pitcher's going to make some good pitches.
The Dodgers have won 8 of the 9 games this postseason where they've scored first. They were the best team in baseball during the regular season when scoring first. Got the Yankees in a 2-0 hole. The Yankees offense that's searching for anything. Strike one on Max Muncy. And back to Freeman, John. This is a guy who the first 2 rounds, he was making contact, but there was 0 punch to it. He was hitting .219. He didn't have a single extra base hit. The ankle feels better, and because the ankle feels better, he's able to work on his swing more. So he is in a great place. And that's the understatement of the night. 9 runs knocked in. He set a Dodger franchise record for a single postseason series, and he's done it in 4 games.
Yeah, and it was severe enough to where he didn't play in a couple games because his manager in one of those games said, I can't put you in this situation. I'm taking you out of the lineup.
And if the Dodgers go on to win this game, win this series, it'll be the easiest MVP vote
you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah. 2 balls and a strike on Max Muncy. He has out-homered the Yankees. He's knocked in more runs by himself. He has many extra base hits by himself, as the Yankees do as a team. Doing it all without striking out. And that's the thing with these Dodgers, Sean. They've had the power. That's their 6th home run, but it's been the little things too. It's been getting on base with the walks. It's been putting the ball in play. As a team, the fewest number of strikeouts to the first 3 games of a World Series in 9 years. Runner first, one away, 2-2 to Muncy.
Ball that's in.
Checks his swing. 3-2.
Well, and it just seems like every close call, every close pitch, every close defensive play is not going your way when you're down 3-0. But it's credit the Dodgers for doing all the things that make it even feel worse.
Muncy chases up, strike 3. Deja vu for these Dodgers. Freddie Freeman, game 3. This place going crazy. First postseason game here in 15 years. He silences the crowd. The crowd never really had a chance to recover from that. And he does the same thing tonight.
Yeah, and these are mistakes, right? And when great players see mistakes, they don't miss them. And look, he's been a great player for a long time. And since the move from Atlanta, he hasn't missed a beat. And he just rewrote history.
Well, he linked himself forever with Kurt Gibson when he did game 1. He's put himself on his own level as this series goes on. Kike Hernandez is up there right here. He was talking about Freddie Freeman after the game last night. He said, I don't know if people on the outside
could possibly realize what he's gone through to just get on the field with these 4- and 5-hour sessions, not where he's just laying there in the spot, but where he's got trainers on top of him grinding into that ankle, trying to get the swelling out. Superhero stuff is what Kike Hernandez referred to it as last night.
But the benefactor of a deep team, too, allowing Freddie to do his thing. That at bat before him, Mookie Betts had a great at bat. 2-strike hit down the line, double, already in a stressful situation. Young pitcher on the mound.
Pop fly right side of the diamond for Anthony Rizzo. He's got it. But the Dodgers have the lead again, and guess who? They want Freddie out of here. Please stop, they say. He made that sign before he did this. It was all inspiration, very little production over the first 2 rounds. It's been loads of both in the World Series for Freddie Freeman. And at the official watch party back in Los Angeles, they've started that party early.
One-two. This one center field, fairly deep. Taylor back, looking, and Soto has sent one to center. Juan Soto's 26. Another home run in this one, and the Yankees back on top. The numbers continue to amass for Juan Soto. 26th home run of the year, 72nd RBI, and the celebration with Judge.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that this year. Juan Soto, he knew it. Juan Soto winning this battle.
Day for the Dodgers and the Yankees in this World Series. Soto and the Yanks coming to the plate, trailing already. Here's the lineup. Gleyber Torres will lead it off. It's the same top 3 despite Aaron Boone considering moving Aaron Judge into the leadoff spot, as Tom Verducci told you. The one change comes right here. Chisholm bats cleanup as he tries to stagger the lefty and righties, and he moves Stanton down to 5th. Wells is back in there for Trevino, and Alex Verdugo tries to build off of that 9th inning home run. Ben Kasparias, his 7th game as a big leaguer, is starting a potential clinching game of the World Series.
Well, he does one thing well, and he spins the baseball, and you saw the first pitch, not afraid to throw.
Fly to right by Torres. Betts in the corner. Does he have room? Fights with the fan. And they're going to say that it's an out and fan interference. So an out, one gone in this first. It's the second time that Gleyber Torres has hit a ball that has ended up in fan interference in this series. He had the home run turned into a double back at Dodger Stadium. And yeah, Betts has that ball in his glove, and this fan literally tries to take his glove off. Pries the ball out of there. A for effort.
Well, he won't be watching the game much longer.
Wow, he might.
No
Just
chance.
from a TV. We're going to be watching us on the TV.
You're watching from somewhere else.
So one gone, and here's Soto. Kasperius throws. Soto takes outside, and it's a broken record on this, but somebody's got to give a jolt to this lineup into the stadium. Could it be Soto, who's done it so many times in his year here in New York? On this 1-0, takes ball 2.
Well, I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's literally just winning more at bats. I mean, whether that's a walk or a productive at bat, they just aren't winning enough at bats, and they've had the count in their favor. They just haven't been able to deliver.
Ball, that's up.
Like, this is a winnable at bat, right? 3-0, and it's in a prime situation to either take the walk, get a 3-1 pitch, and then go to swinging. But get on base and pass the baton on. That's the only thing you can do when you're in an elimination game.
Ball 4.
4-pitch walk, and the Yankees have their first base runner. Soto draws the walk. Aaron Judge comes up. And John, this whole stadium knows that he remains their best bet to pull off a miracle.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this guy's such a great player.
One disengagement as home plate umpire Doug Eddings lets Ben Kasperius know. Will Smith was asking for time there, not going to let Kasperius throw. So Soto's aboard, and Judge, who is 1 for 12 with 7 Ks in this World Series, is at the plate. Eddings having to remind him you can't come set until Judge is looking at you. This is heady stuff here for a guy, again, who's only been in the big leagues for a couple months and just a handful of games in that time. Now facing Judge at Yankee Stadium. And making a good pitch for strike 1.
Well, he's seen the video. He's watched his pitchers. He has the ability to throw the same kind of breaking balls. We'll see if his tension or pressure allows him to keep making great ones or hang one.
And for Aaron Judge, Aaron Boone was saying before the game, he still thinks it's a mechanical thing, that he's a little bit late, and for him that's everything. If he feels like he's on time, he gets into that headspace where he thinks nobody can get him out.
Yeah. Ball looks bigger. Pitch doesn't look as fast. Look, when your timing is off, don't pay attention to the miles per hour, because to the hitter it's even faster. But when your timing's good, that 97 feels like 87.
Ball, that's down.
Couple good takes there. '25-year-old Ben Kasperius against Aaron Judge. Time ticking on Judge and the Yankees. 2-2 pitch. Check swing foul.
Hitters will vary their hands at times. They'll make little tweaks. You don't want to make wholesale changes. Sometimes the bat head or the end of the bat will be pointing more towards the pitcher than more vertical, and just the way that you're trying to search for that timing as a hitter, it can be the most aggravating thing in the world, or like when Judge is most of the season, it can be the most favorite thing to do because he's dominated baseball.
And for the pitcher, most terrifying thing. This guy, when he's right, no more imposing slugger in the game. Soto at first, 1 away. 3-2 pitch. Judge fouls it off. We'll do it again. On the 8th pitch, Judge takes ball 4. A few good takes in that plate appearance from Judge on breaking balls. Back-to-back walks. And Judge, the Record-setting 2022 season, the 62 home runs in the MVP. This season, by some measures, was even better. But what's followed both those regular season dominance has been struggles in the postseason. For his postseason career, 196, and he's talked about it. He's not burying his head in the sand. He knows that his legacy ultimately is going to be determined by what he does on this stage.
Well, encouraging signs because he tracked the ball better, which means his ability to track the breaking ball down and away was better than his ability to want to swing at it. And when you're always trying to swing at it, you're going to miss these pitches. There's no way to hit that pitch. So when you're going bad, you seem like every one of those pitches are there and you're swinging at it. When you start feeling better, you track them, you take them, and you move on to the next at bat.
Right away, Aaron Boone's changing the lineup. Looms large. Jazz Chisholm instead of Giancarlo Stanton here in the cleanup spot. And strike one with a fastball.
To me, his swing has gotten bigger and bigger, which is not a good sign. At times it looked like he was comfortable and saw it, but the bigger the swing, the more chances you're underneath it.
Hitting coach James Rowson.
See, when you're trying to hit this 500 feet, that's what you do. See how underneath the ball you are? That ball's beating you to the point of attack.
First and second, one away. Here's an 0-2 from Casparius. It's outside. The Yankees just 7 runs over the first 3 games of this series, and only 3 of those runs have come in the first 8 innings. They have not led since Freeman's grand slam. No pitch there. Time taken.
See, if you've noticed watching the game, at least to my eyes, the Yankees haven't had many hits the other way, where the Dodgers have had a lot. They're battling, and they're poking it. They're putting it in play. They're getting rewarded. Whereas it looks like the Yankees are still trying to do what they do all year and pull and launch and hit for power.
1-2 pitch way up there. And as a result, hitting just 186, striking out way too much. Neither one of these teams struck out a ton. They had that equation you look for in a champion, the power with the patience and the ability to put it in play. But in this World Series, only one team has done that part. On a 2-2, Chisholm takes ball 3. Already 2 walks in the inning, and now a full count on Chisholm. Bouncing ball towards the middle. Tommy Edman ranges over and his only plays at first. To third goes Soto. To second goes Stanton. Or goes Judge. And to the plate comes Stanton. Well, the Yankees 186 as a team in this series. Again, first 2 rounds, the offense looked a lot like it did during the regular season. It was one of the top offenses in baseball. The pitching was supposed to be the biggest strength. And Garrett Cole delivered on that in game 1, going 6 innings, but the last 2 games, not the case. Rodon and Schmidt give up 7 runs over 6 innings, and what was supposed to be the Yankees' biggest advantage has been the biggest surprise in the Dodgers' direction.
Yeah, it sure has, and that big reason why the Yankees haven't hit with runners in scoring position or got a big 2-out hit is because of the pitching of the Dodgers has been on point. So this is another example of how a team can get going if you get a bloop or a blast or anything that gets a run in after you've given up 2 in the top of the first.
This guy's been one of their best hitters all postseason. Leads the team with 14 runs knocked in. And takes ball 1. Two walks in the inning against Casparius. And a 1-0 to Stanton. Bounce towards the middle for Gavin Lux. He's got it. And the Yankees strand 2 in this first inning. On to the second we go in game 4.
Royce Lewis struck out to start the second. Urania deals.
And now a drive to left field. Royce Lewis sends one way back into the seats in left.
This ball is smoked, and the Twins have a second home run here in the fourth. They lead 2-0.
And that one was off the bat like it had rocket fuel.
You know, that one was as high as it was far. That was great hang time, and Lewis comfortable with hitting a home run and putting that Fisher jackets on.
Deals a 2-1. Soto, a high drive, right center field. Wind beating it up, and it's going to defy the wind. A home run by Soto. And Stanton drives one deep left center. He'll watch this one fly. A booming home run, Giancarlo Stanton. 5-1 Yankees.
Now it's time for Eyes on the Ball Player. Can you find Christian Yelich in this photo, Brewers fans?
Christian Yelich is back. His numbers are flying off the board.
Get up! Get out of here! Goal for Christian Yelich! Haven't been Christian Yelich. Yelich coming on, dives, and he got it. Great play by Yelich.
And there he is.
Profar at second, nobody out for Manny Machado. Machado hits one to right center field. Back goes Rodriguez looking up. Manny Machado stands alone as the Padres' all-time home run leader. Man, oh man, oh Manny, you are #1 in Padres history. Two-run shot, 429 feet, and history tonight in Seattle.
You could watch your team in action when they play in New York next season with an incredible VIP experience. Scan the code or visit MLB.com/moments to enter. Luis Gil to Gavin Lux, strike one. Gil against the bottom of the Dodger lineup here. Lux 0 for his last 14. You got to go back to Game 4 of the division series to find his last hit. Plenty of offense around him, though. And the Dodgers a win away from winning it all. Heels 0-2. Ball. Luis Gil, originally signed by the Minnesota Twins, came over here to the Yankees in a trade. Jake Cave, who the Yankees were essentially just getting rid of. They got Gil back, and at that point he was somebody that not really anybody knew about coming up through the minors. Got to the big leagues for a handful of games, 21 and 22, but then he has Tommy John surgery, misses the next year and a half, kind of off of the grid again. Comes into spring training just trying to show everybody that his arm's healthy, but he blows past expectations and has just kept on going.
That changeup right there, again, full of energy, but too hard. And he's throwing some pitches that are cutting, so you could tell he's trying to let it go, but not in the right areas.
That's a fair ball off of the bat of Gavin Lux. It ricochets to Soto. Lux is headed for second. Soto's throw not in time. Lux with a leadoff double. His first hit since the division series.
Well, another slider that the Dodgers have had some success on now. That one not as bad as the one that
Freeman hit. Pulls this one down the line. Soto playing so deep that takes him a while to get over there, and then can't make the throw.
3 of the 4 hits for the Dodgers have come off that pitch, Sean, and he's throwing it a ton. He's already thrown it more times than he threw it in the 4 innings in the championship series. Goes to work against Will Smith with the corners pinched in for the Yankees. Strike 1.
And I know you got to mix it up against the Dodgers. I totally get it. But right now, I would see and look to throw that fastball with conviction.
Ball, that's in.
Because it's getting on the hitters quick.
That's the one that's always been his best pitch. That was the pitch that Yankee scouts saw when they brought up his name as a trade piece coming from Minnesota. They were very raw at that point. Young, wiry pitcher with a lot of life to that fastball from the start. It's a slider right there that induces a little pop-up to second base and Gleyber Torres.
See, here's what happens when you throw 97 and your slider doesn't have late break. It just looks hittable to the hitter because they now see a lesser speed without the tremendous late break, and that in the zone is dangerous against a team like the Dodgers. You can throw a slider in the zone, but it's got to have tilt to it. It's got to be moving downwards or in to a lefty or away from a right-hander. It cannot be flat.
Tommy Edman pulls a fastball to first. Rizzo to grab and a double play as he leads Volpe to the bag. So the Dodgers unable to take advantage of the leadoff double. The Yankees come to bat with Rizzo, Volpe, and Wells when you come back.
Now it's time for Who Can It Be? We're going to show you a childhood photo of a big leaguer. Can you guess who it is? The answer is Salvador Perez.
He's on the track. See ya! Home run number 58. A towering drive.
Judge hit an unbelievably high drive. We waited, and it came down in the visitors' bullpen. A Judgian blast. All rise. Here comes the Judge.
And a 1-2 to Vientos. Is into left field. Down for a base hit. Here comes Bader. He'll score the tying run. Nimmo the other way, and the Mets will take the lead in the 8th. Lindor scores. Alonso adds with a sac fly. Martinez off the bench with an RBI single to extend the New York lead. He sends one in the air, left center field. That will score Iglesias, and a 5-run 8th inning.
In to donate $25 grand towards hurricane relief for every home run hit during the World Series. Then you text Rally to 90999 and T-Mobile will donate another $10. Dodgers up 2-0 on, guess what, a Freddie Freeman home run. Anthony Rizzo leads off the second and fouls off Ben Kasperius' first pitch.
See, and the difference in the series again, just to kind of reiterate, you can't let a pitcher throw 9 out of 22 strikes and get away with it. And that's what happened in the first inning. So it's just a hit away. Like I said, to flip a series, someone's got to get the big hit. You got to take advantage of what the other teams give you. And so far, that has been the narrative that the Yankees want to shake. 9 strikes and put up a 0.
Anthony Rizzo is one of the guys that's tried to jolt him with some motivational talks, pulled the team together before yesterday's game. The whole message today that Aaron Boone gave the team is, hey, keep it small. You can't win 4 games today, with everybody asking, can the Yankees do something that's never been done? He said, we don't have to. We just have to win today. And like Kevin Millar said in 2004, when the Yankees are on the wrong side of it, he said, don't let us win tonight. The Red Sox did. Got back into that series, came back and won it. Strike 3 with a fastball to the outside corner at 97 from Kasperius.
Well, this was a really good pitch after slowing him down with breaking balls. He threw a pinpoint fastball.
First strikeout for Kasperius, and up comes Anthony Volpe. Volpe came into this World Series having reached in all 9 games this postseason, but he's 1 for 12 with 7 Ks in this Fall Classic.
Kind of the same issues, the wrong time, mechanically just being a little bit off. And the pitch right there that you have a chance to hit will be followed up by a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate that you got to learn, lay off. Otherwise, you're swinging and missing. That's just what happens when you're in funks. You're like, man, every time I go to the plate, it's 0-2. When you're going good, every time you go to the plate, it's 2-0. It really is that simple. It's the mindset of.
Well, that's up.
Of hitting. That's why it's a cruel sport, a sport of failures, and a sport of. Got to make, you got to adapt.
Evans 2-2. Dodgers 1 win from their 2nd title in 5 years. Be their 8th World Championship overall. Be their 4th over the New York Yankees. Here comes a 2-2.
Ball, that's up.
The count goes full on Volpe. Dodgers did it in 7 games in 1955. Complete game 2-hit shutout from Johnny Padres in game 7. Dominant pitching in 63. Koufax and Drysdale, and again Padres. And then in 81, the last time these teams met up prior to this year, Dodgers won 4 straight after the Yankees won the first 2. 3-2. And another walk. Tonight's telecast is sponsored by T-Mobile. Text Rally to 90999. T-Mobile donates $10 to hurricane relief. And by Progressive Insurance, cars, homes, boats, motorcycles, RVs, and more. And there is that 63 World Series we're talking about when those guys shut down Mantle and Maris in that sweep. That's the Dodgers' only World Series sweep.
Ball, that's all.
Out of their 7 titles. Ball 1 on Wells.
Second batter he has walked from an 0-2 count. That's stuff that usually comes back to haunt you. Now, the Yankees got to make that a problem. And it didn't happen in the first inning when he 0-2 Judge got a walk, and then 0-2 Volpe got a walk.
Got the call on that curveball. Home plate umpire tonight, Doug Eddings, has the highest strikeout to walk ratio of any home plate umpire in baseball, meaning he's as pitcher friendly as any home plate umpire in baseball. Wells back into the lineup for the Yanks. Struggling catcher behind 1 and 2. And there you go again. When you find yourself struggling, you find yourself behind in a blink.
It's the greatest line I could give one of my teammates, Greg Maddux. He said, how hard is it to pitch when it's 0-2 on everybody? Because that's where he would go, 0-2.
Wells is one of the key hitters for these Yankees during the regular season. Cleanup guy during the second half, but 4 out of 43 in the postseason, in and out of the lineup lately. There goes Volpe on a pop-up. That will become a souvenir. And I know Aaron Boone is always optimistic. Sometimes you're like, hey, really? Like, tell us the truth. But he's always optimistic, and he continues to point to Austin Wells. He said, I know how the results haven't been there. I know that it hasn't looked good, but he has maintained that he still thinks there's a big swing left in his bat. It's behind here. Volpe takes off again. Wells takes a ball. Volpe's into scoring position with a stolen base.
Well, because you can time with the clock and all that, watch how he's got a short lead and just gets the momentum going. That is a different style now that you can utilize with the rule change of only throwing over there twice and got to deliver a pitch within the time. So good job by Volpe, timing it up and getting a running start to make an easy stolen base.
Yankees have had a runner in scoring position in both innings against Kasperius. Can Wells cash in? Hits one hard, deep center field. Hernandez on the run. There's the big swing. It's off the wall. Volpe just now getting the break. How in the world does he not score?
He misread it. I mean, when it's a 50-50 where you might catch it, you get halfway, but you've got to be closer to third base on that. And that one is just kind of characterized this series. He's a good base runner, a really good base runner, and he knows what just happened. This ball was smoked. And he was in between. He never got a feel for the ball, and that's not where you want to be. Listen, if there's nobody out, you can live with that. And you tag up and get to third. But when there's one out, you can't.
Now it's Verdugo taking a strike, and you said it, John. That is a snapshot of this series for the Yankees, and really this season for the Yankees, because one of the flaws that's getting exposed against the Dodgers, they were one of the worst base running teams in the sport this year. And it's been lopsided in that regard in this World Series.
Yeah, and just again, when the ball is hit that deep, you can get 3/4 to third and still get back to second, right? That one should have been a run.
Verdugo trying to make it a moot point, but he's in an 0-2 hole. There's Alex Verdugo, got him on the board last night with a 9th inning home run. They're trying to start their scoring again here. Daniel Hudson loosens in this bullpen game. Kasperius hunting a strikeout. This close to tying this game. I mean, we're talking a foot. Wells settles for the double. Another 0-2. Verdugo grounds one to first. Freeman's got it, takes it to the bag. They do get Volpe home. That's a run they absolutely had to have.
You know, the shame of it is, you're right, absolutely. But Wells could have had a triple. Wells could have had a triple. He couldn't go to third because his teammate was standing there. But when you watch the ball live, Wells was well around second base. But it is what it is. At least they got that run and keep this crowd going.
Yeah, they've got the tying run 90 feet away. Back to the top of the order, Gleyber Torres. Flies it to right center field. They're going to settle for one here as Mookie Betts comes on and makes the grab. Yankees get a run, all this pressure early on, and they crack one through 2-1 after 2.
on Nimmo. And he drives this one out to right center field. Thomas takes a look, and it's out of here. For the first time in his career, Brandon Nimmo has homered in 3 consecutive games. And he gives the Mets the early lead 1-0.
He came into this game hitting .353 with 8 homers and 26 RBIs over his last 22 games, and he's just added to that.
And that went a projected 440 feet. That went to the back of the Mets bullpen.
There's always that opportunity, yeah, but I think you have to throw at least one of them.
Line down the left field line, it is a fair ball. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. Everybody scores. It's a bases clearing. Big pinch hit for Abanez, and it is 5-2 Detroit. Oh my goodness, what a big hit off the bench off of Josh Hader.
Pinch hitting for Austin Wells. Bases loaded, 2 gone. Trevino lifts a fly ball to center field. Tommy Edman is there, and the Dodgers lead this World Series 2-0. It takes Alex Vesia 1 pitch to put out the bases loaded fire.
But so interesting, 1 pitch last night with the bases loaded ended way different.
Yankees give an answer and starting to get those from the bottom of the order there. Volpe and Wells both get aboard, and they finally get a run in. Top of the order for the Dodgers here, top of the 3rd. Freddie Freeman home run, the difference in this game. It's been the difference in just about every game in this World Series. Ohtani connects on a high fly ball to center field that Judge will run back on. And put away for the first out of the 3rd as we look back at that double that maybe should have been a triple.
Well, there's no way he could go to 3rd when he sees his teammate, but that ball that's bouncing off the wall and the carom easily, in my mind, Wells was a good runner and he was running right out of the box. But that's the problem, you know, when you make a mistake, you got to do the next best thing. The next best thing for Volpe was get to 3rd, but it prevented Wells from going to 3rd. All these things, all these little things, when you hit, you hide. When you don't hit, they show up. And they show up at the worst time. In a regular season game, no one thinks twice. Postseason.
Gleyber Torres to get bats. And the other thing is there's a lot of talk about them being flat and lifeless yesterday. Well, when you're hitting a .180 as a team, it's kind of like what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Are you flat because you're not hitting? Are you not hitting because you're flat?
That's exactly right. I mean, again, mannerisms, just because you're throwing things doesn't mean you're more passionate, but you got to be able to get it done. And just physically get it done and execute, and then you won't be flat.
Freddie Freeman has been unstoppable. 1 ball, no strikes, and the Dodger first baseman, who has knocked in 9 of their 16 runs in this series. One of the best hitters of this generation, and it's been mostly the average and the consistency, the durability that's made his name. But power in the World Series, the story here. Well, if tonight's game ends in a walk-off, Capital One will support that, and they'll support this, the rewarding performance from Capital One. Freddie Freeman, his last 6 World Series games back to 2021 with the Braves, is homered in each of them and lofts his fly ball to left field. An easy play for Verdugo and a rare easy inning for Yankee pitching. Luis Gil sits him down in order. 2-1 game. Big guys coming up.
Now it's time for Eyes on the Ball Player. Can you find Willy Adames in this photo, Brewers fan?
Willy Adames again, and this ballpark is lit up.
In the hole, Adames, big on. Oh, that is mesmerizing to watch this guy play.
Tie game! Willy Adames strikes again.
And there he is.
Tyler Fitzgerald, who's hit a home run in each of the last 4 games he's been in. Swing, and he hits a high drive deep to left field. And has he done it again? Yes, he has. Way back into the Dodger bullpen. Now that is an amazing feat. That's the 5th game in a row in which Tyler Fitzgerald has hit a home run.
Well, he gets a hanging breaking ball. You've been standing upstairs to this guy right now, and he's going to make you pay.
The Dodgers have made the first of what expected to be many pitching changes. Daniel Hudson on the mound. I'm with Yankees manager Aaron Boone. Aaron, do you feel like you left runs on the board last inning with a base running mistake by Anthony Volpe?
I don't know. I don't think Wells is getting a second, so we probably dodged it. But we got to, that's one, especially with one out there, we got to be in a better position. So I don't know if we were going to get the second run there, but a little bit of a misread by a really good base runner.
You've been looking for signs from Aaron Judge. That walk first time up. How much do you think that can build going forward?
Yeah, I hope so. It's always right there for Judgy. So a walk to end last night, walk to start tonight. Hopefully a sign of him breaking out.
Thanks so much, Aaron.
You bet.
Aaron Boone's first time in the World Series since his bat sent the Yankees there in 2003. Juan Soto leading off this inning against Daniel Hudson. Walked against Kasperius in the first and ahead here 2-1.
Power fastball, power breaking ball out of Daniel Hudson. And this Dodger bullpen has a lot of that same theme to it.
Bottom falls out right there, 2-2. It's interesting, John, a bullpen game, normally the connotation is like, oh boy, got to do that. But instead of it being a sore spot for the Dodgers, it's worked like a weapon.
It has, and it's worked out because they haven't had to have that much stress in all the games they've played in, which is a great reward to their offense picking up the slack and creating a gap.
Soto on 2-2. Sends it foul. Yeah, in the 2 bullpen games that they've won in the postseason, they've had 5 runs by the end of the 3rd inning in both.
That's huge. I mean, that is, look, when these high leverage arms normally come in the regular season, they're coming in tight games. They're coming in late to win a close game.
Soto's down on strikes. Hudson gets him for the first out of the 3rd.
Well, that's that slider that stays there and just kind of goes down. Not tremendous break, but enough to fool one of the best.
And so they face Judge with the bases empty. Look out.
I got you, man.
Got him on the elbow. Judge gets first. And looks to be okay. Dave Roberts saying, let's take a look at this and confirm that it was the arm, not the bat.
I think this guy gets him pretty good. He's a big man that catches it right in the wrist. And that is not where you want to get hit. I don't know if he'll do it. Now would be a time to have a surprise stolen base on the very next pitch.
That's just pulling that up. 10 steals this season. Was not caught. Has not attempted one last couple rounds of the postseason. Had one in the division series, though. Let's get a quick word from Capital One.
What's been the highlight of your career?
And that'd have to be
bank guy.
I've always been passionate about no fees or minimums on checking accounts.
What's in your wallet?
Those hurt. I mean, you don't want it in the bone, but in the fatty part of your hand, that is, again, the style of hitting. You want to stay in there as long as you can to try to hit this velocity. When they come inside, the hitters don't turn away from the ball these days because of guards and all that, and a lot of that's happening.
Chisholm Launches the ball to right center field. Betts is going back. It's over his head. He plays the carom perfectly and somehow holds Chisholm to a single. Judge goes first to third, and the Yankees have him cornered.
Way better low ball hitter than high ball hitter, and he finally gets one down, but he didn't get it up enough to get out to take the lead. But this is a really good play by Betts. Look how he looks for the ball, then once he knows he can't get it, he just finds the ball off the wall, and it comes right back to him like a middle infielder that he is. And Judge reads it fine. This is a must-score inning for the Yankees.
If they get one here, it'd be tied. Stanton's up there, and he takes ball one. Traffic in all 3 innings. Multiple base runners in all 3 innings. The Yankees leaning on this Dodger bullpen game with their season on thin ice.
And if I'm Jazz and the Yankees, I'm trying to take second base. I'm pushing the envelope to get out the double play out of the way.
Chase.
He started to go and then came back. And now he's going to ask for a little time for the, well, I thought he was, to try to get. Looked like he slipped a little bit when he was taken off.
Got 3 stolen bases in game 1 of this World Series, a Yankees postseason record. Stanton has a similar look to the pitch that Judge had up and in on him. Judge is going to come into the plate. There is no call yet. And now they're going to say that it was a hit by pitch, and the bases are loaded.
Well, the Dodgers want to get a check to see whether he swung or not.
Looks like it was a foul ball.
But the umpires are going to say he swung. They're going to say he swung, and it hit him on the hand. And see, this is where I argue, once you get hit, you're not trying to swing, right? That's just trying to get away from the ball. And that action right there, the umpire is going to see it as you swing.
So the umpires did get together and say, yeah, come on back here. Instead of a hit by pitch, it's a foul ball.
You know, at some point, what does your body go into? Reaction of getting hit. I mean, the only thing you could do is drop the bat at that point.
So you think there should be something in the rule book to clarify this?
I mean, he went after the ball, but he wasn't going to swing after he got hit. It's just the follow through. It's a technicality that is hard to, it really is hard to quantify, but getting hit should stop it all.
All right, so first and third, 1 away, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Stanton. Hudson checking on Chisholm. Here it comes. There he goes. No throw from Smith. And a dive into second from Chisholm.
I know it sounds crazy, but ground ball to short ties the game up.
2-2. Full count.
I've seen too many of these situations where you're trying to get a hit and 3-run homer and miss a ball, right? Strike 3. So the emphasis here for Stanton is you've got to put it in play other than back to the pitcher.
Yankees looking for their first lead since game 1. Giancarlo Stanton is aboard with a walk to load him up. So Hudson's been a little all over the place here. A couple have gotten away. He issues the walk right there after he hits Aaron Judge. And they're loaded up for Anthony Rizzo. Let's get a quick word from Strauss.
Whether you're on the field or in the field, your gear is a source of pride. Strauss and Major League Baseball. Gear up, go yard.
With him being all over the place here, the bullpen gets going. That's Landon Knack, who's not a high leverage guy. He's a starter that has pitched in a couple games in this postseason, but in the lowest leverage spots. Can the Yankees cash in? Bases loaded, bottom 3, and it's Anthony Rizzo.
Rizzo's definitely going to be looking to lift the ball to the outfield.
Home.
1-0. Leaving those pitches will go a long way because that's a ground ball waiting to happen. The Yankees 2 hits, 4 walks, 1 hit batsman. By the 3rd inning, that's 3 runs normally. Yeah. And right now it's 1.
Rizzo ahead 2-0. Hudson just doesn't have it. And that's the thing in these bullpen games. Every time that door opens, it invites a chance that a guy doesn't have it. And there's your chance if you're the Yankees. Anthony Rizzo on 2-0. Grounds it foul, 2-1. Aaron Boone has said that Anthony Rizzo, he sees him up there just willing himself with these 2 broken fingers, doesn't have the power swing that he used to, saying, I have to do this, so I'm going to find a way. Leader of these Yankees. Chance to come up with a big hit here. On a 2-1. Pops it up, shallow left, not going to do it. Infield fly rule in effect, and Edmonds got out number 2. Doesn't it seem like it continues to fall on Anthony Volpe?
Well, this is a great opportunity for him. It seriously is. I mean, we'll never know if it costs the team a run or not, but you don't think he's thinking about gap, clearing the bases right here?
The New York kid, bases loaded, 2 out. Cranks a ball, deep left field. Volpe with redemption.
Perfect place, perfect time, just what they needed.
It's a grand slam. A jolt through the stadium and through this series. Fly to left by Wells. Hernandez there. That's the inning. The Yankees lead for the first time since a grand slam sunk them in game 1. It is a grand slam that turns it around in game 4. The Yankees trying to do something that's never been done, and they lead in game 4.
Now it's time for Eyes on the Ball Player. Can you find Corey Seager in this photo of Rangers fans?
What a play by Corey Seager. It's a number 5 again.
Packed on the lane by Seager. That is robbery.
There is no stopping Corey Seager.
And there he is.
Five in the 7th. The Yankees are now 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position in this game. Base hit to left.
Chisholm can fly. He rounds third and heads for the plate. He would have beaten the throw anyway. It squirts away from Perez. And the Yankees jump back in front, 6-5.
Verdugo now has a couple of hits, been on base 3 times. He scored a couple of runs, and he drives in the go-ahead run here with another base hit to left field. Chisholm was flying.
Charlie heads out, began his Rockies career in center field, gonna end it the same way.
Charlie with a base hit, gotta love it. Make sure you get that baseball too. Good for Charlie. Base hit in his final at bat. I'm sure that played into Buddy's decision.
Charlie Blackmon's career as a Rocky has come to an end. And here is the standing ovation yet again.
Dave Roberts. Dave, you were up 2-0, now you're down 5-2. How does that change the calculus for how you will handle your pitching the rest of the way?
Yeah, well, I think right now we're going to go to Landon Knack and try to chew up some outs, and I just feel good with him keeping us in the ball game, and there's still a lot of baseball left.
Hill seems to be settling in. What do your hitters need to do to disrupt him?
Yeah, you know what, I think, obviously the double play ball was a big momentum shifter. We just got to keep having good at-bats, not panic, and stay in the strike zone.
Dave, thank you.
All right, guys, Anthony Rizzo, who was so close to catching a pop-up in a similar spot yesterday, couldn't get it. Opened the door for the Dodgers to get a run. Makes a play right here.
We are talking about one hit possibly changing and putting a jolt of energy through the crowd and through the bench. We thought that might be Judge. It ended up being Volpe, and you'll see the steps of the Yankees, the countenance of the Yankees, everything will change now with a 5-2 lead.
Next, Muncy with one away, all fueled by this crowd, which has been ignited.
Now the goal as a pitcher is to make them again hit their way on. Don't create any traffic on the bases by walking hitters.
Hill, who has walked more hitters than any pitcher in baseball this season, hasn't issued one yet today. 2 balls and a strike on Muncy. 4 hits against him. The big one, Freddie Freeman's first inning home run, but the grand slam from his shortstop totally changing the equation. Now pitching with the lead. Hill home with a 2-1. Muncy goes around 2-2. Muncy struck out his first time, and after a championship series where he set a record by reaching base 17 times, he's 0 for 10 with 6 Ks in the World Series.
Ball.
Luis Hill turns and fires. Fastball's fouled back.
See, that's a great pitch. It didn't matter if that pitch got hit out of the ballpark, singled, or line drive at somebody. That pitch was a competitive pitch that made the hitter do something rather than get the free pass. You just cannot walk the Dodgers when you've got the lead.
Walks him. First free pass issued. So you go back to the home run from Volpe.
Well, you know what was on his mind, right? He gets that foot down so perfectly and then sees the pitch and didn't miss it. And I'm telling you, there was a balloon in the air getting ready to let all that air out if that was caught or there was an out. But now that energy for the moment is back.
Hernandez to short. Volpe on the backside of it. Did it with the offense. Now does it with a glove. Starting a 6-4-3 double play. The kid who remembers vividly stepping off of the 4 train and having that feeling wash over him as he laid sight on this ballpark. Now starring in it in the World Series. At the spot he watched Jeter dreaming of being the next number 2. And now playing shortstop for the Yanks. Dodgers maybe want to challenge this, thinking that it's a fielder's choice.
The tough play is when the runner gets the front of the bag. See the front of the bag? That's the fastest way to first. And the front of the bag is going to allow him to maybe be safe before the ball gets in that pocket.
Los Angeles is challenging the out call at first base.
And our replay review will be presented by Zoom. It did look like Hernandez got there in time.
I think I'd learn putting things in pen.
Oh, you already marked it?
6-4-3.
We got whiteout. We got one of those whiteout strips.
Yeah.
I never can get it right. I usually break the whiteout strip before it actually comes out. But
we should upgrade that a little bit. I know Rick is really proud of it.
To what?
The whiteout strip to just the one that you dip in.
Right. Throw it back. That's upgrading it. You know, sometimes old is good. Go back and what was wrong with the old little brush?
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. Los Angeles has 2 remaining challenges.
All right, so the inning continues. Hernandez aboard, and Gavin Lux coming up.
I just cross out the 3. I leave the 6 to 4, and all good.
That is a mess over there. And it's in red pen. It's like there's blood everywhere on John's scorecard.
Well, this series has a feeling now of something that hasn't been there for a while, and this crowd is hoping that it's not going to end.
They waited so long for this. 15 years since there's been a World Series game in the Bronx. Lux takes outside ball 1, and then all the build up to yesterday's game. Freeman throws the first blow in the first inning. The Yankees couldn't respond until late. Tonight it was different. It was the same at first, but then they had the response. Volpe's grand slam has breathed life back into their season and certainly into their sellout crowd. And it's made for the movie stuff when it comes from the kid who grew up coming to games here and was at the parade the last time the Yankees celebrated a world championship in 2009. He was 8 years old at that point. Lux with the roller to second. Easy one for Torres. Middle 4 in game 4. The Yankees in front 5-2.
Far at second, nobody out for Manny Machado.
Machado hits one to right center field. Back goes Rodriguez looking up. Manny Machado stands alone as the Padres' all-time home run leader. Man, oh man, oh Manny, you are number 1 in Padres history. 2-run shot, 429 feet, and history tonight in Seattle.
Is a fastball pummeled down the line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is gone, and a home run for Tatis, whose mastery over Jack Flaherty continues. He drives the ball right center field. Edman back. It is gone. The Padres tee it off. Second of the game for Tatis. And they've got double digits in game 2. This is sponsored by Pfizer. Outdo yesterday. Billy Martin, 24 years before he managed the Yankees over the Dodgers in the World Series in the 1953 series as a player, had a walk-off single to clinch in Game 6. And then went on to win it in 77 as the manager. 5-2, the Yankees in front, trying to keep their season going. Down 3 games to none. Anthony Volpe's grand slam has changed everything. Alex Verdugo takes outside as Landon Knack takes over.
Well, one of the messages that Landon Knack's manager, Dave Roberts, said, listen, don't run away from your command and your stuff. He felt like he was doing that a little too often, and it got him in trouble. And they said, we're going to need you. And right now they need him to eat up some innings.
First time he's pitched since bullpen game 2 of the championship series, when he gave up a grand slam to Mark Vientos. As Verdugo opens this 4th inning with a base hit into right field. Betts holds him to a single. He continues to keep guys from taking that extra 90 feet out there. Fan Cam sponsored by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. We found some happy fans in the Bronx tonight, after there were not too many of these shots to be had in game 3.
But you see the difference is just right field play in this series already. I mean, it's almost impossible to get a double when you hit it to Mookie Betts, but we've seen doubles and triples when it's gone to Soto's positioning and defense.
Yeah, it's like he's playing goalie out there. Top of the order in Torres. We talk about the bullpen games that have worked for the Dodgers, the 2 where they've gotten the early big leads. The 1 game where it didn't work, there was an early grand slam that toppled the whole thing. That was the game that Knack pitched. I mentioned Vientos had the granny. Ball strike on Torres, and if he gets in this situation, Dave Roberts has shown he's not going to chase it with his top arms.
No, and nor should he. And, you know, this is a privilege of being up 3-0. And the one thing you want to do is make sure you put yourself in the best situations to maximize what you're good at. And what they're good at is holding a lead after the 5th inning, a significant lead too, I might add, and putting the throttle down and never looking back.
Torres has flied to right both times, and here 3-1.
You know, the only time it had a chance to backfire was game 1. It went extra innings. He was kind of forced that way, and to use all those arms, they went from losing the game potentially to winning it on Freddie's home run, and still worked.
Knock, 27 years of age, out of Johnson City, Tennessee. 2nd-round draft pick out of East Tennessee State, and was a staff saver for a lot of this season. With the Dodgers putting 12 different starting pitchers on the injured list, he came up and pitched really well. Third pitcher for LA already. There's going to be a bunch more as this game goes on. Verdugo at first. 3-2 on Torres with Soto on deck. Sharply hit to second. Lux has it. Waits for Edman to get there. Over the first 2. Oh, it's hit so sharply they had time. And they went 4-6-3 to wipe them clean.
You're seeing the swings are better. You're seeing more, again, energy, because guess what? There's a 5 spot on the board. This ball's tattooed. But hit so hard, an easy double play.
Base is empty for Soto.
Oh, that's all.
Walk in the 1st inning, strikeout in the 3rd. What a ride this has been for Juan Soto, and for the Yankees fans having him here. Who knows if it's a short ride, if it's just this 1 year, or if they'll sign him long term. This is the only sure thing, though, this season. And that is part is what Part of what has made this a higher stakes season. They get Soto with this one guaranteed year, move to strike in their stars prime. Judge 32, Cole 34.
Yeah, you could say they went all in, and they all in with a percentage of the chance to sign it, but not a guaranteed. By going all in, they saw this as a big difference maker. They were 100% right. It got them to this point, and they hope to keep playing.
Lux with a backhand. Yeah, thanks to the double play ball. Knack faces the minimum here in the fourth, and we're back after word from your local Fox station.
Here's Aaron Judge. And the pitch. Judge swings at the first pitch and lofts it high and deep to left center field. That one is long gone. See ya. A monster shot by Judge. And the Yankees lead 6-2.
This one was high and far, Michael, on a slider right there, and he just demolishes it.
30th home run.
And abbreviated action this year. About took out the train conductor up there on the train.
Tying run at first. Go ahead run at the plate. Stanton golfs one way back there, scraping the sky and giving the Yankees the lead. You deliver this time of year, you can rewrite your whole story. As long as you've got the bat in your hands, you can write your story. And Stanton continues to write one of a spectacular October for the Yankees. On Fox, presented by Capital One, back inside Yankee Stadium, where Luis Seal has a 5-2 lead to the top of the fifth. Will Smith leads off and takes strike one. As he continues to attack, he's walked just one. And the thing is, John, he walks more hitters than anybody in baseball. If he doesn't do that, he's the hardest guy in the American League to get a hit against.
Absolutely.
181.
Absolutely. It's because of that pitch right there. I mean, look, this is a great opportunity to get through 5, and then I think it's bonus outs from that point in. I think Aaron Boone will look at batter to batter, and he'll have his bullpen ready for any kind of trouble.
Smith sends a fly ball the other way. Back goes Soto. That short porch. It's got a chance, and it's gone. On an 0-2 pitch, Will Smith lofts a fly ball the other way to make it 5-3.
Well, I know for a fact that wouldn't have been out in Dodger Stadium, but they're not playing in Dodger Stadium, and that's why this ballpark is so tough to pitch in and so enjoyable to hit in. This is a fastball up and away, and he just goes with it. I've seen right-handed hitters in this part put their head down, know they made an out, get to first base, and then put a smile on.
you got to be saying to you, get out of here. Like, as a pitcher,
oh, it's tough. And they built their team around this ballpark, and they play 81 games, so they should.
Tommy Edman.
Oh, that's down.
2-0. 30 ballparks in the big leagues. That is a home run in one of them.
Yeah, that's a hitter's dream, and it can either ruin you as a hitter by trying to do that all the time, especially a left-handed hitter. Pull.
All eyes turn to Big Noon Saturday. 4th-ranked Ohio State squares off against number 3 Penn State. One of the biggest games of the year. It all starts at 10 a.m. Eastern. A Big Noon kickoff live from Happy Valley. And then Ohio State and Penn State at noon, only on Fox.
That's just a flat swing at the top of the zone, not trying to do too much. I think the Dodgers would set a lot of records with the kind of team they are if they played here.
Yeah, left-handed. When you think about the guys, the left-handed hitters they have.
Yep. And even the right-handed hitters that are able to go the other way. Again, that's been a theme the Dodgers are willing to do, and we've seen. And when the Yankees get comfortable and get right, they can do it. You just haven't seen it.
Now, this is Tim Hill. Got the left-handed batting Ohtani on deck. And playing with fire a little bit here as he walks Edman, and Ohtani's going to come up as the tying run. And that is going to do it for Luis Gil. Leadoff home run from Will Smith. He'd attacked him with those 2 fastballs, got ahead 0-2, everything going his way. Smith homers on the 0-2 pitch. He walks Edman, and that is it. Dodgers down 2, but they've got Ohtani coming up, a swing away from a tie game.
It's up to Carlos Estevez. He gave up an RBI double to Lindor in the last game. Lindor towards right center field. This one is back. It is gone! Grand slam! And Lindor puts the Mets on top. The biggest swing of the season for New York. Mets fans erupted with that monster swing from Francisco Lindor. The biggest swing in a New York Met uniform for Lindor. And a 1-2 to Vientos. Is into left field. Down for a base hit. Here comes Bader. He'll score the tying run. Nimmo the other way, and the Mets will take the lead in the 8th. Lindor scores. Alonso adds with a sac fly. Martinez off the bench with an RBI single to extend the New York lead. He sends one in the air, left center field. That will score Iglesias.
Watching Game 4 of the World Series. Dodgers and Yankees. 5-3. Yankees in front, trying to extend this series. Home run from Will Smith in this inning already, and now Shohei Ohtani against Tim Hill. Lines the first pitch he sees into center and a base hit. Just the second hit of this World Series for Ohtani.
Well, unorthodox delivery. He does give up a lot of contact, though. Not a high strikeout pitcher, and Ohtani, seeing him a few times during the year, and obviously in the playoffs went up there with a plan, stayed on the ball, and got rewarded with a hit after his injury.
Well, first and second, but here's where Tim Hill thrives. Highest ground ball rate in baseball. Gets less swing and miss than any pitcher in baseball, but a lot of soft contact. Mookie Betts, ball one. And there is a lot to look at when he's coming at you. Part of this bullpen makeover. Was released by the worst team in the history of baseball back in June, the White Sox.
Oh, that's off.
2-0 on Mookie Betts. The White Sox especially bad defensively, and so that's a bad equation for a ground ball guy like Hill. The Yankees sign him, and he's become a key guy. Edman at second, Ohtani at first, and there is a ground ball. Hit softly, going to be tough to turn two. They get just the out at second. And there's Ohtani bracing that shoulder as he slides in feet first.
Well, he can fly too, and you wonder how much it cost him by running and holding on right when he slides. But he got a good jump, and they had to get it out somewhere, and they got it at second just in the nick of time. He's going to be running, and you know he's faster when that arm is not connected to the collar of his jersey. There's just no doubt about it.
Well, here's the matchup the Yankees fans are wishing they had in game one. Tim Hill against Freddie Freeman. 4-6. Close play in time. And it keeps the run from scoring at third. They're saying, hang on. They've already had one overturned over there.
And Dave Roberts is like, what?
They're going to challenge. Was that ankle just good enough for Freddie Freeman to get there and get a run through the back door? I think so.
Yeah, another bang bang.
That's like an instant replay of the first one they challenged. Kike Hernandez hit in the front of that bag. That one was overturned. Get another replay review presented by Zoom. This one extra important because it'll be the difference between 5-3 and 5-4.
It's going to be safe.
It won't be a home run, but it'll be another little page to this legend of Freddie Freeman. That bum ankle here in the World Series. 4 home runs in as many games and legging out a fielder's choice here.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. Los Angeles has 2 remaining challenges.
And so it's a 1-run game as Edman comes in from third.
Well, Freddie knows how important to get down to first base. He's chugging at it. And that'll do it for Hill. Almost getting out of that jam. First and second, nobody out.
He did what he always does, induces that weak contact on the ground, but Freeman just enough in the tank to get down there to avoid the double play. Back into the pen they go. It's Oscar Hernandez coming up.
Fans, the Yankees are making it 2.
Here's Aaron Judge, 3 home runs in his career against Crawford. Driven out to center field and deep. Rafaela turns and looks. See ya! Off the batter's eye. A monster shot.
And he demolished that one into Monument Park.
Aaron Judge getting on top of that thing and driving it out to center. That's now his 3rd home run off Cutter Crawford this year.
445 feet. That's conservative, I think.
53rd home run, 132 runs batted in.
pitch coming here to Vientos. Cracked to right center field. Pages on the move to the track. He couldn't find it. That's because it's over the wall. Grand slam, Vientos. The Mets have responded to the Game 1 haymaker with a haymaker of their own. 6-0 in the second inning.
Watch the toss just a little bit high, which a reach and then a transfer can't be as quick. That's the difference sometimes between a safe and an out, and in this case, safe.
And a run. And now Teoscar Hernandez at a big swing and a high fly to left field. So just one pitch for Mark Leiter Jr. to finish off this inning, but the Dodgers get two.
Ohtani pitches in the dirt, and Ohtani's stolen second. 43rd for Ohtani. Driven the other way. Gurriel to the track. Gurriel to the wall. It's gone! Shohei with another shot. His 43rd. One of each tonight. Make it 43 and 43 in his hunt for history.
Now it's time for Eyes on the Ball Player. Can you find Andrew McCutchen in this photo, Pirates fan?
It's a homer from McCutchen. Touch in the clutch. Diving catch by Andrew McCutchen.
Aaron Judge starts the bottom of the fifth for the Yankees and takes strike one from Landon Knack. He's walked, he's been hit by a pitch, and he's coming to score. On the ground to short, Tommy Edman recovers late. Second error this World Series on Tommy Edman, who's done so many things right, but a couple defensive misplays, and the leadoff man is on.
Yeah, a little bit of a tricky hop there that he tried to gauge. It catches the heel of the glove, and Judge running the whole way beat it out. It's important again the Yankees try to create some more space as the Dodgers came back with two in the top of the fifth.
So now it's Chisholm. Singleton scored as part of that 4-run third inning. Big swing, Volpe's grand slam.
Ball, that's down.
I just want to make a correction. Going to break, said Mark Leiter Jr. got that last out. It was obviously Clay Holmes that got it. Coming in to keep further damage from crossing. As the Dodgers get 2 in the top of this inning to make it 5-4. 2-0 on Chisholm.
Chisholm looks a little bit different at the plate. Took one huge swing early on. And then laced one.
Seventh guy to reach the big leagues from the Bahamas. Got here when he was 22 years old with the Marlins. His flash to brilliance early on, was an all-star right away. Injuries have stunted him though. Reinvigorated, he says, coming here to New York. Aaron Boone has raved about him, and Jazz loves his manager back. He says every day Boone comes up to me and tells me, I love how you play, I love how you dress, I love when you show your personality. And so Jazz says he feels like he can really be himself here. That is some sweet bling right there. Is that a World Series diamond, or many of them? 2-2.
Oh, he's blending in with the jersey.
Jazz learned the game from his grandma Pat, who was a shortstop for the Bahamas national softball team and then opened a baseball training academy. She's a softball legend in the Bahamas. And he says a lot of the joy that he plays with comes from Grandma Pat, the queen of softball in the Bahamas. Judge at first, nobody out. 1-run game, 5th inning. 2-2 pitch.
Ball, that's all.
Count goes full.
Well, see if they trust Jazz by sending Judge.
Not going. Ball 4. First 2 reach against Knack in the 5th. And Dave Roberts in an interesting situation here. The Dodgers down a run. As Stanton comes to the plate. They get what they can out of Knack. You wonder how much that shifts his strategy, how much more aggressive he can be. 1 run instead of 3.
Yeah, it's too early still. I think that 1 run would have to be closer to the 7th. So he's hoping to get some innings here, at least get him through the 6th before he can make some of those tough decisions on where to go with what the score is.
Stanton. Oh, baby.
Because even though you've got a traditional starter going tomorrow, if you have to have that, right, there's still no guarantees he's going to pitch 6-7 innings. So you always have to be cautious in what you spill out of your pen so it doesn't have carryover the longer the series goes.
Oh, no.
Jack Flaherty for the Dodgers tomorrow. One of the reasons the Yankees are saying just win today is because if they do, they've got Garrett Cole going in game 5.
I tell you, it's a lot easier to be a potentially game 5 starter when your team's up 3-0 than when you're up 3-1 to be a game 6 starter, right? I mean, or game.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, so what happens is you got just way more leeway to be a game 5 starter at 3-1 versus being a game 6 starter when it's 3-2.
It's got to be an interesting mind game you got to play with yourself. Hoping your team wins, but knowing you got to be ready if you don't. A chase and strike 3. 1 gone in this 5th.
Yeah, on the other side, Garrett Cole's just begging to pitch, right? He knows there's no other option. I mean, here's a pretty good breaking ball on the outside part of the plate. One of the rare swings and misses from Stanton awkwardly.
And for the Yankees, just the 3rd K tonight. That's been one of the big gaps between the teams in this series. The Yankees have struck out 31 times the first 3 games, double that of the Dodgers total. Judge at second, Chisholm at first, Rizzo at the plate.
Oh, that's up.
A little bit up.
Look at the defense for the outfield. Again, part of what you were talking about, because Rizzo's lost some of that power stroke, really shallow for a guy who can hit it easily over their heads, but they're banking on his ability to be more line drive than power.
Change falls in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rizzo's reaching every game so far in this postseason. Trying to get on for the first time here in game 4.
Well, that's up.
Lays off the high fastball. He's ahead in the count. Anthony Rizzo saying, hey, 15 years is nothing. Helped the Cubs to their first world championship in 108 years. He's been one of the voices as they've fallen behind and they try to do something that's never been done here. Digs it out, flies it to center field for Kike Hernandez. 2 out. And here's Anthony Volpe. We talked about him coming to games here as a kid. Here he is at the parade in 2009. His whole family there, pinching himself, playing for the Yankees, period. How about playing for the Yankees in the World Series? His parents were saying last week, hey, we'd be fired up no matter what with the Yankees in the World Series. But now our son is on the team? And now they're saying our son's hitting a grand slam? Wow.
Moment you never forget. Not too many grand slam dreams as a kid. Maybe dreams of playing in the World Series, but a grand slam?
I mean, how many people hit a grand slam period at any level? Let alone in the World Series for the team you grew up cheering for.
Another opportunity that potentially could be missed. First and second, nobody out. Only up by 1. Volpe has a chance to kind of redeem it again for missed opportunities with leverage situations for the Yankees.
On a 1-1 from Nat, Volpe sends a fly ball to center field. No big deal for Kike Hernandez, and the Yankees do squander this chance. After 5 innings in game 4, it's a 1-run game.
Now it's John Kensey Noel with Naylor at first base in a 6-5 game. Next pitch to him, launched high and deep, headed to the bleachers. Home run, Noel! And just like that, the Guardians have turned it back. 7-6 Cleveland. A laser into the bleachers off the bat of John Kensey Noel.
You see, it goes up into the bleachers quite a ways. That's the kind of pop he has, and that's the kind of excitement he can bring to an offense.
No doubt.
Kike Hernandez jumps on the first one, sends a high fly ball to deep left field, and Hernandez does it again in October. Dodgers strike first. Hernandez hits it hard. We deliver a powerful message as we join our partners Stand Up to Cancer in reaffirming a commitment to the fight against cancer. Major League Baseball, together with our fans, players, and coaches, are united in our determination to defeat this disease for our friends, our families, and our community. Please stand with us, along with MasterCard, Fox, and the entire baseball family in support of all those this disease has touched. We invite all of you who are watching to participate by clicking on the QR code shown on the screen or visit standuptocancer.org. Together, we can make a difference. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. MasterCard has provided and proudly supported Stand Up to Cancer since 2010. And with the help of their cardholders, they've donated over $75 million to help fund groundbreaking cancer research. We all have someone that comes to mind when we think of cancer. Standing up for all the people we love. Priceless.
Swings, hits it high in the air, deep left field. Kike flips the bat and puts the Dodgers up. Kike Hernandez, postseason player. It was a hanger, and Rick Monday.
In Game 4, Dodgers one win from a second championship in 5 years and an 8th in franchise history. Trying to do it in comeback fashion today. They were down 5-2. They got 2 in the 5th. And it's Max Muncy taking strike 1 from Clay Holmes.
Yeah, they're relentless. That's the word I keep using for a lineup that you got to go through to the 9th inning. They just keep coming after you. They keep putting stress on the other team, and right now 1 back.
0-2 on Muncy. Muncy walked his last time, still looking for his first hit of this fall classic. A lot of thump in that bat. Tied for the franchise record postseason home runs. Swings and misses. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Clay Holmes against Max Muncy. Your team, your players, your home for postseason baseball. Get personalized highlights and push notifications just for you. Download the MLB app today. 1 out in the 6th inning. Kike Hernandez comes up to the plate. Another big-time postseason performer. 2 more hits yesterday. 1-0. Clay Holmes, the Yankees closer for years. Struggled so much this summer, though. Is kind of the first domino to fall in this remake of the bullpen. But one of the key moments in the remake was him rediscovering his form to become part of the bridge to get to Weaver at the back end.
Well, he's got such incredible movement. It's honing it in the right areas, right? That breaking ball is as good as it gets. It's like Blake Trinan. And you see a hitter get out of the way of a pitch that goes right down the middle. That tells you all you need to know. But it's a sinker that is also really good, but the command sometimes gets put in play more than it should.
At a 5.5 ERA in Pittsburgh over 4 seasons. Comes over here to the Yankees. What a turnaround. 2-time All-Star. 31 years old, out of Alabama. Ready for a 1-2 pitch.
Well, the relievers for the Yankees got really hot, but in the last 3 now, including tonight, they've given up only 1 earned run in 12 1/3. That's more like the role that we're on coming into this.
Strikeout of Hernandez and back-to-back Ks for Holmes. Really, this pen has kept him in the games. The last couple games, Dodgers get those early runs, and the bullpen quietly has kept them within striking distance.
Now, see, there's the sinker I'm talking about. That's starting in the middle and ending up inside.
They love it. 2 gone in the 6th, and Gavin Lux 1 for 2.
Ball.
Lux's double in the 2nd inning, his first hit of this World Series. On a 1-0 from Holmes.
Ball, that's off.
Now ahead 2-0.
Sometimes he likes to get back in the count with a breaking ball, even though it's a 2-0 count.
And he does. Pitching backwards there, 2-1.
That's a feel he has. He has such good feel for that pitch. And if he ever combines the feel with the sinker for command and that pitch, no chance.
We've seen long stretches where that's been the case. Sinker induces the ground ball here. A 1-2-3 6th inning for Holmes. 4 up and 4 down for the former closer. Still playing a key role.
Charlie heads out, began his Rockies career in center field, gonna end it the same way.
Charlie with a base hit. Gotta love it. Make sure you get that baseball too. Good for Charlie. Base hit in his final at bat. I'm sure that played into Buddy's decision.
Charlie Blackmon's career as a Rocky has come to an end. And here is the standing ovation yet again.
Now it's time for Eyes on the Ball Player. Can you find Manny Machado in this sea of Padres fans?
Manny Machado has given the Padres the early lead.
He plays the game, he plays it hard. That was a laser beam. His base running has been terrific.
Stolen base for Manny Machado. Do not hit the ball with Manny Machado because you're going to be out.
This guy's special.
And there he is.
Tigers trying to get one on the road before they return to Detroit. Runner goes, pitch is swung on, a high fly ball to right field. This one is gonna fly! A 3-run home run! Kerry Carpenter! The Tigers up 3-0 as Carpenter, an emphatic, towering fly ball home run into the bleachers in right field. What a moment!
$25,000 towards hurricane relief for every home run hit during the World Series. And when you text RALLY to 90999, T-Mobile will donate another $10. 2 scoreless innings for Landon Knack, who comes home to Austin Wells and misses away 1 ball, no strikes.
He's done a nice job. He had trouble last inning, got out of it. Team's only down 1. You just feel like he's buying time for Dave Roberts.
It's 1-1. And you said Dave Roberts talked to him. He sat him down after he gave up those 5 runs against the Mets, and he said, hang in there. We're going to need you again. And you got to trust it. You got the weapons to get big league hitters out. You got to trust it in attack. It's 1-2. Guy they used to call Snacks when he was in junior college. Always had a big bag of peanut butter trail mix with him and a big sweet tooth. Any kind of gummies, Sour Patch Kids. The nickname stuck. Snacks pitching in the World Series. Wells turns on a ball, sends it a mile. It's gone. Austin Wells, who came into this game 4 for 43 this postseason, 2 for 3 with a double and a home run. Ball on Verdugo.
Again, you never know what's going to get a guy going or a team going. But the best swing he has put on all World Series.
Verdugo sends a fly ball to left field for Teoscar Hernandez, who retreats and catches.
This ball is flat, top of the zone, can't be underneath. That is beautiful for a hitter. Not for a pitcher, but for a hitter.
And for his manager, continue to say, I think he's going to do it. I think he's still got a big swing or two in him. He just missed a home run earlier off of the top of the wall in center field when he settled for a double. No question about that one. Into the second deck to give the Yankees some insurance. Gleyber Torres flies it to center. Kike Hernandez going back, shy of the track has it. This is right before Wells goes up there. Aaron Judge over there going over the video on the iPad. He had already faced Knack, passing on what he learned. And Wells took advantage of the information.
He's not a tee high enough to simulate right there.
Well, that's where teams have gone. That's been the bugaboo for Wells, that it's gotten exposed in the second half. Strike on Soto. He got up and covered that hole right there. Soto looking for his first hit since the series returned to the Bronx. Walked in both games. 0 for 5 though.
In.
Just inside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. The Yankees add on. It's Austin Wells having his best night of October with the Yankees season hanging by a thread. The catcher coming to life. And a stone's throw from here, or a bat's toss. And Billy's going crazy, hoping their season extends another day.
Here's Aaron Judge.
Swing and a drive. Deep left center field. It's on its way. And it is long gone into the bleachers in left field. It's Judge's 40th. It's Judge's 100th RBI. What a blast by Judge.
You absolutely can't believe that pitchers are still pitching to him. You make a mistake, it ends up in the bleachers. It keeps day after day after day. Nobody learns.
477 feet.
Walking a single to start the inning. Runners still at first and second with 2 away. Here's a 2-1. There's a drive. there any doubt? Shohei Ohtani arrives in October with a 3-run home run.
Top of his zone tomahawk. He's proven to be inevitable. We saw him tear it up down the stretch. We saw him loosen the lid on his emotions, too. We saw it on that home run.
Now it's time for Eyes on the Ball Player. You'll find Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in this photo of Blue Jays fans.
Vlad Guerrero Jr.
just not containable.
And there he is.
That is a fastball pummeled down the line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is gone, and a home run for Tatis, whose mastery over Jack Flaherty continues. He drives the ball right center field. Edman back. It is gone. The Padres tee it off. Second of the 6-4 to the 7th inning we go. Mark Leiter Jr.'s on to pitch for real this time. Wells back there to catch him as the Dodger catcher comes up, and Will Smith. Both catchers in this game with a home run.
Well, that's all.
Smith went the other way on an 0-2 fastball his last time. Now faces Leiter.
Well, this is an important part of the game for Mark Leiter. He knows 8, 9, and then all the horsepower is at the top of the lineup. So don't get anybody on base when you face Ohtani. That's the way you have to think. When you come into the game, you know where the order is. You know where the power is. You know what they can do. Is starting when the lineup gets turned over for the Dodgers.
On this 1-1, Smith
takes
outside, ball 2. Mark Leiter came over in a trade at the deadline from the Cubs, who's supposed to be a key guy, but struggled so much that his only way into the postseason bullpen was an injury. Ian Hamilton got hurt, so he got activated midway through the championship series. He's now pitching for the 3rd time in the 4 games in this World Series, and in a big spot. Will Smith leading off the 7th. Inside corner strike, 3-2. Here's the payoff. Got him swinging. From 3-1 back to strike him out. Statcast 3D powered by Google Cloud. The Dodgers 2 more home runs in this game. 7 in the World Series. Freeman did it in the 1st, and then Smith in the 5th.
And what that blue wall represents is where it would have been if it was at Dodger Stadium. Just another way to show you that wouldn't have been a home run in Dodger Stadium. But you know what these Dodgers would say? We're not at Dodger Stadium.
He has a home run in one of the 30 parks, Will Smith's ball, but it's the only one that mattered on that ball. Tommy Edman with Ohtani waiting on deck. Edman walked and scored his last time. On base all 10 games since the start of the championship series, hitting close to 400 in that time. Leiter's 1-1. Edman shows bunt and takes low.
He must be feeling a little bit better about his left-handed swing, because typically when there's a guy that throws a splitter, and a good splitter for Leiter, he turns around and bats right-handed. Does Edman.
Now in the regular season, hit .412 as a right-handed hitter against lefties. This side of the plate against righties hit just a .180. And it's been a work in progress. Didn't start swinging until midway through August in real games. Coming back from injury. On this 3-1, takes ball 4, and the Dodgers get Ohtani to the plate as the tying run.
Yeah, that's not, again, in the cards. If he gets a hit, he gets a hit. But a free pass is tough.
Ohtani, everything that he's wanted. 6 seasons with the Angels, didn't play in a postseason game. First season with the Dodgers, first World Series. Strike 1. The Dodgers 1 win from a championship, even though Ohtani in this World Series only 2 for 14. On an 0-1. Swings and misses. 0-2.
Now against Hill, Ohtani stayed connected. On that swing, he really tried to hit it a long way. That one hurt Rizzo. That's where the broken fingers are.
They said to brace those fingers, catching the ball with 2 hands like Little League style, just to bear with the pain. And there's that swing you're talking about, cutting it loose. Shoulder popped out of place in game 2. He texted his teammates right after the game. They're headed to the airport to fly over here to New York, and he texted the group and said, I'm going to be in there game 3, even before he got tests done to confirm that structurally he was going to be able to. He said it's the right and obvious thing to do, even with a shoulder that's just popped out. On this 1-2 from Leiter, Ohtani takes outside. Edman taken off, and he's got a stolen base.
I was really surprised when Leiter threw over there the second time. And again, to just reiterate, you can only throw over there twice. If you throw over there the third time, you have to get the runner. Otherwise, he's awarded second base. So once he threw twice, it pretty much gave him the freedom to anticipate going to second.
Now a 2-2. Ohtani takes in the dirt, ball 3. Mookie Betts waits on deck.
Stress, stress, and more stress. When you're up against it and you don't have any room for error, the stress is higher for the team that's down 3-0.
So Aaron Boone has his closer getting ready down there. And Weaver, payoff, fouled off. Both these teams pretty home run reliant in this World Series. Ohtani, who hit 54 during the regular season.
Chases strike 3. Leiter gets him with a splitter.
And Boone's going to go to the bullpen. He's going to call Weaver on for Betts. Threw 5 of those in a row to finish off Ohtani. entertaining, unpredictable joy. Fresh, unscripted sports talk. Weekdays at 3 o'clock Eastern on FS1. Out at the ballpark today. Did the show live and now taking the game in. All right, so 6-4 Yankees lead, top of the 7th inning, 2 out, and Luke Weaver, the Yankees closers, on to face Mookie Betts. Closer, but Aaron Boone seeing this as the key spot right here. Betts takes ball 1.
Well, we mentioned in the beginning, right? You talked to me and said, what is it going to take for the Yankees? This will be the longest game, the most intense game they'll play because of the scenario, and it has played out that way so far. We're only in the 7th. It's 6-4. A lot of pieces left to be made and moves to be made for them to win.
Yeah, Luke Weaver, who's pitched in 2 games in this World Series, not giving up a run. Tying run at the plate, 2 gone in the 7th. Is 1-0 to Mookie Betts. 1 ball, 1 strike. Weaver came into the year with an ERA above 5 and signed a tiny 1-year contract to be the long man. But here in his 9th season in the big leagues, having a career year. He never even had a save until September this year. Former starter. Fires.
It's 1-1. Got it by Betts. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, you see him turn. He knew he missed location, but the velocity got Betts. That ball was supposed to be inside. He pulls it badly, but the velocity and the life of the pitch gets by one of the best in Mookie Betts.
Here's his 1-2. Check swing. Did he go? No swing. 2-2. Betts seeing Weaver for the 3rd time in this World Series. On this 2-2 pitch, swings and misses. The fastball explodes by him. We stretch in game 4. The Yankees try to keep their season alive. Weaver keeps him in front with a strikeout at Mookie Betts.